In this video, I'm going to explain a little bit more about whether you have a pre-file DUI or an active case DUI. Okay, it's very important. A lot of people contact our firm here in Arizona, and it's very important for you to be aware of this before you hire our firm, because there's huge discounts that we give if your DUI is actually in pre-file status rather than active case status. So here's what happens. Most people get pulled over by the police officers. They get taken to the DUI station or the police station, right? The DUI van, the police station, one of those two places. You draw your blood, police will give them your blood. If you didn't, oh well, we can fight that. Now, did they give you any paperwork? This is very important. A lot of people will maybe get like the tow report, you might get the admin per se, but you don't actually get a citation with a court date, okay? At the bottom, there'll be a court date saying, show up to Phoenix City Court, show up to Mesa City Court, Scottsdale City Court, and this date, this time, this address. If you did not get that, meaning the police didn't write it up, I'm not saying they handed it to you and you threw it away, if the police didn't even write that up, then you will be in pre-file status. Okay, this is very important and very common with DUIs these days. A lot of people think, oh man, I was right on the edge of, whether I should or shouldn't have been driving. They took me to the station, they drew my blood, and they didn't give me any paperwork, so I'm totally in the clear. Guess what? You're not. Arizona has a 1-year statute of limitations on our misdemeanor DUIs. So they basically are allowed to wait 365 days before they actually file that paperwork with the court. And this is why it's super important that you hire us even if there is not a court date yet. The moment you get your DUI, the moment they release you, you should be calling us to hire us for pre-file. Okay. Pre-file is something special that our firm does. There aren't other firms that do this. If they do say that they do this, they don't do it the right way, or they basically screw you out of a ton of money. What we do for our pre-file cases is we make sure that we are searching for your case in all of the government public access websites and the city court websites and the justice court websites every single week. Other firms might search every month or every 3 months, and then you're screwed because of what's about to happen. So we search basically for these every week for you, because they claim that they'll send you letters in the mail that, hey, your charges are starting, and they'll send that letter in a month or 3 months down the road, but you never get it. You might move. So then what do? They issue a warrant. They say that you voluntarily absconded from court because you didn't get this piece of paper in the mail. Then they go and arrest you where you work, where you live, at a family function. It's super embarrassing, terrifying, and it obviously makes things considerably worse for you because now you're in jail. You've got to bond out, someone's got to call in, it's an emergency fund, that kind of situation. So if you hire us for pre-file, we basically can make sure that that doesn't happen to you. Other benefits obviously include that we're going to be able to answer any questions that you have during this other time. We also will actually include ADOT license suspensions with this because you have a 30-day rule on that. If you haven't watched my other video about the 30-day rule, please do that. Super important, or else you might lose your driver's license when in theory you actually could have continued to drive. And then we will go in and request your police report, right? If you don't get it yourself, we're going to go and get it for you. So that way we get a head start on your case. Very important. That way you don't show up day one of court and we're behind on the ball, which is what most other lawyers do. They sit there and they wait till they have to go to court before they start working on your case. We don't do that. We get a head start on this for your benefit. Now, as I was mentioning before, there's a huge discount for this. If we're doing pre-file, it's basically free work for us. You hire us for a portion of what the whole DUI is going to cost, and you pay that now ahead of time. We do super flexible payment plans for it because you're in pre-file status. Your case could start in a week or it could start in 52 weeks, right? We don't know. We're giving you that benefit of a ton of basically free work. And then if and when your case actually gets charged, with 99 times out of 100, it will get charged, then we can kick in the full price. We roll what you already paid into the full price, set up new payment plans, do all kinds of different things there. But it's a huge advantage for you to hire now, as early as possible. A lot of people that we talk to go, oh man, I'm just gonna wait for this to come in the mail. And then 2-3 months later, they call us going, Zach, there's a warrant, we need your help. And I'm like, well, why is there a warrant? Why didn't you hire us? And they said, well, I thought I was gonna look it up myself on the internet. I thought I, was gonna be able to check my mail. And I was doing that for a few weeks, but then I got tired. I assumed that they, weren't gonna charge me. I continued on with the rest of my life. You shouldn't be stressing about this. We at our law firm here at Future First, we do this all day, every day. We love our DUI cases because I personally had one before I even became a lawyer. I got screwed over by all this stuff. So I set this whole thing up so that way you get the best benefits. You don't have to stress about this. You hire us and we just give you the updates every week. We tell you, hey, continue living your life. No charges at this time. Have a great rest of your weekend. That's why you need to hire us. Please think about this very strongly. Don't make the mistake of not hiring us thinking your DUI is just gonna go away.